Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss, now you counting stars. Should've practiced more, should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back
WCS back on the boulevard. Slugger Slam first on deck, man. Salute to your family. Shanews, the Sox Experience, aka Showtime. Shaw on deck. My neck, my back, my leg. Hey, that's what I'm trying to say. What's going on? We're gonna get to it. Hey, you on deck? Shout out from Detroit. Salute to Detroit in the building, man. Go ahead and cook. And you Charles on deck, man. What it do, bro? Hopefully everybody had a Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully everyone was fed well, got along with everybody. You know what I'm saying? It was all a success, man. You already know what it is, man. Look at the thumbnail. Check it out. Hit the like button if you're in the building. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button if you're in the building. And you know what? We're going to get right down to it. You know what I'm saying? You choose to donate to the channel. There you go right there. As you see it right here, Viva La Pullout Boys, man. What you mean by that, WCS? What's been going on? We have to talk about the Pullout Boys, man. Viva La Pullout Boys. We have to address what's been going on in boxing. You know what I'm saying? Something fishy funny. You know what I'm saying? Something fishy and funny is going on in boxing. As always, the hocus pocus of the sport, that shit is going down once again. We had Jermell Charlo, 32 victories, 0 defeats, 22 knockouts, pull out of a fight when he was supposed to step in there with Selecki around June 7th this year, 2022. And we was wondering to ourselves, it's like, what, you're back? What happened? You're going in there against Selecki. All you need is one hand and a foot and a couple of toes. You know what I'm saying? He pulled out, man. He pulled out. Disappointed us. It wasn't like we was looking forward to the fight anyway, but he pulled out of the fight, goddammit. We was just looking to see him get back in the ring. He pulled out. And I'm saying to myself, are these fighters breaking down? Is it time for them to leave the sport? I mean, what questions should we be asking? You know what I'm saying? I challenge myself and say, what questions should I be asking that I may be overlooking? Because I'm just not getting it, bro. Like, you know, Jermell Charlo don't seem to have a sense of urgency about him really competing against the best. Like, we expect him to come back with a hitter. You know, the boxing competition is passing this dude up. Seriously, the boxing competition is passing up Jermell Charlo. His brother has already passed him up. That's fact. That's absolutely fact. His last time in the ring, we saw him in there with Montiel. He went the distance, 12 rounds. And this is the same dude say he's a knockout artist, right? Both of the Charlos say they're knockout artists. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't been in the ring since June 2021, y'all. June 2021. And he pulls out of the fight. The announcement is made around June 7th this year. So he's coming up on the year and pulls out of the fight. What are we supposed to do with this shit? it keeps happening over and over again with the pullout boys. So that's Jermell Charlo. Let's go to the one and only Jermell Charlo. 35 victories in, 1 defeat, 19 KOs. The day before Christmas, goddammit. Wouldn't you know? The news it broke that all this talk about being weird, strange, you know what I'm saying? Zorro, Lone Ranger, all these characters he want to be, and Jermell Charlo pulls out the fight with Tim Tszyu. Now, we was waiting on him to come. I mean, like, we was waiting on this fight. We was waiting on him to defend those titles. We was waiting, shawty. We were waiting for this fight right here because Tszyu said it's going to be another Zab Judah moment, shawty. All the talk, all the talk, all the talk. We heard the talk. We heard the chatter. We heard everything, man. And Jermell Charlo comes up with a hurt left hand. He broke his left hand, people. Who is in charge of those fighters over there, man? The pullout boys are all reside within the footprint of Texas, shot. Now, let's give credit. They're not from Texas, though. The Charlo boys from Lafayette and Spencer's from Long Island, right? They have similarities with the L in that motherfucker. But when it comes down to this boxing, they also have some more similarities. They are now pulling out of fights, man. Errol Spence was pull out for an eyeball, you know what I'm saying, before. Jermell Charlo's putting out with a hurt hand all of a sudden. That's going to postpone the fight several months. And like my guy Showtime was saying, they holding the belts hostage, man. We can't even put a projection or a forecast out there. We can't even pick up the binos and look through the motherfucker. Okay, I see that fight right there. I see it. Yeah, I see that fight. We can't do none of that. We're not even taking the binos out the bag because everything is being shut down, man. We just waiting now. We just waiting. We got to wait for a long time with something that's supposedly broke. Then let's get to the one and only Errol Spence Jr., shawty. Errol Spence Jr., the one who pulled out and was so close to having a Pacquiao on his record, but he had to pull out due to an eyeball dropping out. So he had to have his eyeball replaced. You know what I'm saying? Just like the Terminator, he had to have his eyeball replaced. You know, dude's just falling apart. Then we was pretty much waiting on him to come back from that October accident in 2019. We was waiting on him to return. He returned from a horrific car accident. You know, he took a fight. Then he went in there with his last fight with Yordenis Ugas. We just felt like Yordenis Ugas quit fighting. So it's getting down to the nitty gritty, y'all. It's getting down to the checker flag where he have to fight somebody. You know why he has to fight somebody? Because a pound for pound guy stood up about face and walked away from a negotiation that wasn't in his benefit. He made the best business move he can possibly make and be okay to not let the man down. Paid the man, got all his money in the bank. He's living good while we out here looking at the pull-out boys out of the ring on the shelf. It doesn't make any sense because what it's showing is Terrence Crawford was absolutely the genius of everything that's been going on recently in boxing. Him pulling out that fight right there, just picture this, just frame this, right? Terrence Crawford stays in negotiation. Terrence Crawford stays in negotiation. And this shit with Spence accident happened. So he ain't fighting to his freaking mandatory is coming up. Around April, May. He ain't fighting to then. So it would have been December, January, February, March, April. Let's just give or take May. That's 18 months out of the ring, y'all. And I continue to hear people talk about how they don't like it, how they disagree with it. 18 months out the ring. If he would have chose to say, okay, I'm just going to stay out here. I'm going to stay in negotiation. Even though I want to fight this year, I'm just going to be submissive. You know what I'm saying? Surrender my authority. Don't stand on my 10 toes like everybody say. Get off my square like everybody say. And just fight next year. No. He stood up and walked away. That forced Errol Spence to be able to have another fight come into the picture. And that name didn't sit well with him. And we all know it was probably Keith Thurman, right? So he's on record as saying he don't like the guy and he ain't trying to fight him. I thought it was boxing. I thought it was mano a mano. I thought it was the hurt business. I thought this where, you know, fighters can legally go in there and take out handle their differences inside the ring for a paycheck. That's what we all figured this to be. Not with Spence, though. Spence, 28 victories and 0 defeats and 22 knockouts, right? On December 10th, he had a car accident. He just so happened to be speaking to Brian Custer again, I believe on the 17th. And his deal was stuff started hurting. His legs started hurting. You know, and Brian Custer sitting up there being the professional he is, he didn't want to call bullshit to his face. He was just doing his job. He's the host. He's the commentator. He's a professional. Errol Spence, he got a chance to spar Errol Spence, man. How many of y'all can say he did that? So Brian Custer kept it professional instead of just calling bullshit to his face. Like, you know how Brian Custer get that high pitch? Errol, when I listen to the people, I just have to ask, for everything that's circulating out here and the buzz that's going on, people are saying, not me, but they are saying they don't believe you. What do you have to say about that, Spence? They're saying they don't believe you. That the 14-year-old really wasn't an actual person. What do you have to say, Errol? That's Brian Custer right there. That's Brian Custer. He get that high-pitched tone, and he want to be so polite. But Errol Spence on December 10th had another freak car accident and chose to go live in the middle of the intersection. Then he says he was supposed to 3 to 4 days after the accident, okay, coincidentally, he was going to announce the fight date. Now, if that ain't some damn bullshit, if I ain't ever heard it, man, I swear to God, every time I think of these three right here in recent, I just think of the gingerbread. I just think of the gingerbread man being so soft, you know what I'm saying, so fragile, and the body parts coming apart. If it ain't an eye, it's a back. If it ain't a back, it's a hand. If it ain't a hand, it's a leg. It just reminds me of the gingerbread. You know what I'm saying? You pick it up the wrong way, the shit come apart, man. These Viva La Pullout boys are real, man. All three of these dudes reside within the same boxing footprint, and all they have been able to do is pull out, dog. Pull out. What is going on over there? Jermell Charlo pulled out a Selecki fight. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence pulled out of whatever phantom fight he was going to have. You know, he's supposed to fight whoever that was. And then Jermell Charlo supposed to fight Tim Tszyu. And he goes on here and try to basically cook up some type of damn animosity between him and Tim Tszyu. And Tszyu was just being too nice. And look, Al probably called him on the phone and said, hey, man, that nice shit, you wasn't able to get him out of character, man. That's not gonna sell tickets. I'm gonna be real with you. That Zoom call y'all did, it's not gonna be able to sell tickets, man. I'm about to take you out the fight, man. Ain't nobody gonna pay to come see that shit, dog. That shit was weak. You supposed to get Tim Zoo riled up, man. Get him out of character so he can have some animosity between you. So this can be like a grudge match. You didn't do it, man. And look, let me tell you, WCS will tell you, right? I think the gig is up. I think the gig is up. Real talk. Let me get to the live chat, man. Let me get to the live chat, man. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to everyone that's in the live chat. Appreciate you pulling up and supporting the channel. Brue Gas, Boxing Jazz, and more on deck. Salute, OG. How you feeling there, Bruce? Shout out to my guy, Tru Media Today, USA Boxing on deck, man. What's good with it, Coach? Malachi in the building. Man, them boys coincidentally have injuries, right, before a fight. The money looking funny over there, man. Sounds to me Showtime doesn't have a budget to pay for these fights, fam. At WCS, see? You know, look. Didn't I say funny fishy? Fishy funny? Something don't seem right over there, man. There's too much going on. And that's why I always salute Terrence Crawford pulling out that fight, because just what Coach said, just what he just mentioned, man, something's funny. The money's funny. You know what I'm saying? We want funny money, but we can't get funny money because the money is funny. You know what I'm saying? Where is it? How are all these dang fighters over there being put on the shelf? Look, they're not just being put on the shelf for 30 days. Jermell Charlo said this shit all the way back in June, y'all. It's December. All the way back in June. And then Errol Spence come up here recently about this accident, and he said he ain't fighting April, May. And then Jermell Charlo, he has a broken hand. He ain't gonna be back for like 6 months, dog. Man, something's going on, man. Something's absolutely funny over there, man. You know, and I try to be classy with my thumbnail. You know what I'm saying? But these dudes walking around here, and every time you turn around, I'm telling you, every time you turn around, something's being broken. Something ain't right, man. They need to goddamn sit up there at their headquarters and put caution, broken glass, man. And instead of putting the little wine glass and shit, they need to put the silhouette of a fighter up there. That's what they need to do. They need to put the silhouette of a fighter, bro. We need to start identifying how fragile these guys are. Every time you turn around, something's, so-and-so, the back hurt. You know, we don't know what the injury was, how it happened, but the back hurt. Somebody let Errol Spence drive again by himself without a chauffeur with all that money. Crashed again. His leg hurt. His leg is killing him. Jermell Charlo, he breaks a hand. When has this ever happened? You know what I'm saying? When did the breaking of the hand ever happen? Like, come on, man. Your fight is coming up. Just outside 30 days, bro. Come on, man. You're disappointing us, man. For real. Caution, broken glass, goddammit. I'm going to start comparing you to the themes that you are. Real talk. Freaking outstanding move by Crawford walking away from that BS. Absolutely, Andrew. On deck, man. The best decision he could have made. This man account looks different than Spence. Mell Charlo, Mar Charlo. His account looks different because it says sufficient funds. He don't have that blinking red light that's giving him a warning. Warning. Low funds. Transfers, please. Low funds. Please take action. Low funds. They got that blinking red light. They calling Al up. Al, the blinking red light on my account, man. Come on, man. I'm about to send my girl back on live, man, and say, they goddamn, I'll probably never box again, Hal. Stop it. Shanews Sauce Experience, a.k.a. Showtime, Tru Media Today, USA Boxing. About it, Coach Funny Money for real. Funny money ain't the word, man. That shit don't make no sense how these fighters being put on the shelf. Andrew say, they thought Crawford had no option but to bow down and concede to whatever they wanted to put him through. They were counting on it. They made the poor business move. Talk that talk. Talk that talk. Seriously, talk that talk, man. We're going to let it be known. Talk that talk, bro. They wanted that man to stay locked in to nothing. To nothing, y'all. They wanted that man to stay locked in to nothing. A ghost agreement. They wanted him to stay locked into a ghost agreement. You're going to continue to have the Errolsexuals out here unwilling to speak on this situation, especially with Errol Spence, because out of these, he has the biggest name and he's linked to the biggest fighter, and we want to see the biggest fight. But they refuse to speak on it. They still talking about old shit. If you don't like a guy, that's all the more reason to fight the guy. Why? So can he beat him? So he can beat him up. True words, man. Isn't that the way boxing used to be? You know, if you had an issue with somebody, you handle inside the ropes because you getting paid to legally get authorized to do so without any repercussions. Unless you go in there and freak out and have a flashback and hit somebody after the bell, or, you know, wait till your gloves are taken off, waiting for the decision, and put a goddamn James Butler on that mug and swing. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to handle business. But I hate to say it, because you know what they're going to say about us media, dude. I hate to say it, right? But these fighters, man, some of them are not cut from that cloth no more. I've never seen a bunch of guys cheer each other on and talking about, I ain't fighting him. I ain't fighting him. That's my dog. That's my dog. That's my dog. Anybody ask you, tell them, that's my dog. Well, you and your dog ain't making money. Y'all not challenging one another. Y'all not sitting up here trying to create history together. All you doing is being friends. You can do that shit in the comfort of your own home. But you choose to say, that's my dog. And Al Heyman say, yep, that's your dog now. Don't call me no more. I'll get back with you when it's time. Something ain't right. Something ain't right, man. I'm telling you, it's remember, this caution broken glass with these dudes. Everything is falling apart, people. Everything is falling apart, and we haven't even gotten to the first day of 2023. We don't know when Jermell Charlo gonna be back in here, right? We don't know when Errol Spence gonna be back in here. Will he be able to get some type of agreement made with Crawford? Crawford has already put the tweet out. You know what I'm saying? He's made it perfectly clear. He's put the tweet out. You know what I'm saying? He's put the tweet out already. He's pretty much acknowledged, you know, the pom-pom situation where Errol Spence was pretty much putting it out there that, hey, he ain't gonna fight Jermell Charlo if he don't fight me. I just thought that was absolutely some pom-pom type shit, dog. Real talk. That was some pom-pom type stuff, man. But let's get back to the task at hand with the pullout boys. I need to really get y'all accustomed and acclimated to the pullout boys. Because these three, you know, Kaya was sitting up there. She was saying, God damn, I think I can make a comeback. For real. I can goddamn integrate myself in the boxing with these niggas pulling out. Because they fit right into the song I made. My back, my hand, my leg, all that shit, man. That's right up her alley. Don on deck, salute. They the cotton candy boys, soft and melt under pressure. Man, y'all know y'all supposed to be putting that hot grease on these dudes, man. Shout out to Boxing Conversation with Reggie Orange on deck, man. Man, y'all Crawford loyalties are comedy. No Crawford loyalty. You have more than, you know, one theme that's going on here. You know what I'm saying? This is basically identifying those who are very fragile. You know what I'm saying? Those individuals that I see their career slipping through their hands just like beach sand. That's what I see, Reggie Owens. That's what I see. Their career is just sifting away just like beach sand on the back end. They supposed to be super active right now, bro. They're not active. They supposed to be giving us a solid big fights. This isn't just about Crawford at all. This is about Mell, and that dude they call Errol. Real talk. The career, the legacy is just sifting away, just like beach sand. You run your hands through that motherfucker and open your fingers, and it just goes away. And before you know it, all you got is residue on your hand, Reggie. That's it. All you got is residue, bro. And then what you do? You just, clap your hands together, get the rest of the residue out, and all you got is dust. That's what's going on with these dudes. They bones, the density of their bones is goddamn withering away, man. We have a state of dilapidation going on. Degenerative bone disease there, Reggie. That's what we got going on with these three dudes. You know it. I know it, and everybody else in the chat know it, Reggie. Real talk. Come on, man. That is absolutely fact. Budget is funny over there. Real talk. Real talk, man. His hand not broke. They don't got the funds. Hey, man, it's just like beach sand, man. It's a lie of things. It makes no sense. Like you run your hand through it, it feel good, but before you know it, there's nothing there. And then you dip up under that sand again, you get a handful of sand, and it's just sip away once again, just falls through the cracks. And once again, you don't have nothing there. Nothing to show for. But we're talking about Terrence Crawford. He has an entire 8-figure paycheck to show for his work that he only had to go 6 rounds. Not even 6 full rounds, but 6 rounds, shawty. Shout out to Team Crawford. Shout out to Team Crawford, shawty. Shout out. In the words of Devin Haney, they say everything but let's fight. That's what's going on right now, man. You know what I'm saying? Their career is sifting away just like beach sand, man. Before you know it, you won't even hear. The tide rolls back in. You won't even see them no more for a long ass time. Listen, look, just pay attention to everything that they have going on. It's not situations that consist of 30 to 60 days. They are getting to situations where they're out for months. Jermell Charlo has been out since June, bro. Not like that. I'm not saying he's been out. I'm talking about like he was supposed to be back in the ring in June, man. He's supposed to be back in here fighting Selecki. He's supposed to be back in here fighting Selecki. This man has been out the ring since last June. Made the announcement, couldn't make the fight this June. He's been out well over a year and a half. And we don't even know what's the update. Any promo, any Zoom calls. Beach sand, bro. Beach sand like you never seen it before. Real talk. That's what it is. And then we already heard, Errol Spence situation with the 2 car accidents he had prior to the third. But this third one is super special. Because just when his people, the Spencerholics, the Errolsexuals, right? Just when they was attempting to get full confidence that this man was back and he was ready for that Omaha beast, that Omaha monster, right? That Omaha monster that proved that he can work himself as an independent contractor and make his own deals and go in there and knock out Avanesian and then say, okay, I'm ready to spin the block when you are. Just when they was getting confident, y'all, that Spence was ready, he didn't have a plan B. So look how I'm gonna match this up, though. Look how I'm gonna match this up. So Spence was out here pleading to the Errolsexuals, right? That he didn't have a plan B and he was blindsided by Terrence and all this out. We talking about the pullout boys, right? He was blindsided. He's just giving you this sob story. I ain't gonna lie. You know, my eyes start to sweat a little bit. I say, you know what? I don't give a fuck. So Errol Spence starts to talk about no plan B. He was blindsided. Really no options. So I'm saying, no, that can't be true because you with the Grand Poobah, Al Heyman. You with Al freaking Heyman, bro. You have the answers right there at your accessibility. And then I said to myself, why does he even need a fight prior to stepping in there with that Omaha monster? Why does he even need a fight? Because all I hear, you know, before this was all the heavy lifting. He puts the butts in the seats and he's been doing this incredible shit. You know what I'm saying? He's just been doing miraculous type shit, right? And then I hear Ryan Garcia, right? Ryan Garcia. People didn't agree with his opponent that's stepping there with. They didn't feel like the opponent was on his level. It would just be an easy fight. So what did Ryan Garcia do? Ryan Garcia said, you know what? Fuck it. I ain't fighting nobody. I'm going to wait till I get the fight with Tank Davis. I'm going to let Tank go in there and fight Hector Garcia. And then I'm going to step in there. No tune-up. No nothing. Ryan Garcia fought July this year. So by the time he stepped back in there with Tank, if it is April, May, you know, he would have been out the ring a little bit. But my whole point for saying that is, we don't hear that from Errol. Like, Errol is just up here saying things like he has no direction in his boxing career. Like, we can obviously see during the interview when they was back in the locker room for the Frank Martin fight, we can obviously see that he wasn't in shape. I heard y'all out here lying to my, oh man, that's them Photoshop. No, it wasn't nothing Photoshop, bro. Them pictures that you see, old boy looked nice and healthy, like he enjoyed Thanksgiving. He enjoyed having the supreme funnel cake where it comes with the chocolate, you know what I'm saying? The caramel and them butt-naked strawberry servings on top. That's what we seen him. It looked like he was carrying a whole lot of fat. And he wasn't even ready for no fight. Furthermore, if he was supposed to fight Keith Thurman, it's up to him to make that go away. And you know how he can make that go away? Just sign the contract, get that shit going again with that Omaha Monster. That's all. Get it going with the Omaha Monster. That's all you gotta do. You don't have to sit here and wait. No, man. You don't have to fight Keith Thurman if you don't want to. You need to make a decision, brother, because y'all looking crazy out here. Let me continue with this. Y'all looking stupid. Coach said, this is hilarious to me. Both twins and the drunk are hurt at the same damn time, dog. God damn, say one more again, Coach. Say one more again. Say one more again, dog. He said, this shit is hilarious to me. Both twins and the drunk are hurt at the same damn time. How is that? Look, how can these individuals, these fighters that's linked together, they are linked together over there. We already know both of the twins used to be running Shields before Jermell decided to go over there with DJ. You know what I'm saying? We know all that. We already know the history between that. They're linked together, bro. And all they did this year was pull out. Viva la pull out boys. Viva la pull out boys, man. All they did was pull out, man. They went away just like beach sand. Just let that shit sift through your hands and just see it drift away in the wind. That's all they did, bro. Real talk, that's all they did. It's sad, too. It's sad. Shout out to Tyrese on deck. Reggie Orange, you can come back to the side of reason and logic. Dion Washington on deck, man. What's good? My God, Dion in the building. LL Pull-Out Boys. For real, they the Pull-Out Boys, Dion. You know what it is, man. You know what it is. Then the Pull-Out Boys. They pull out. They don't have no option. They don't have nothing, man, but excuses. Errol Spence couldn't even look Brian Custer in the eye because he know Custer is a good dude. He know Brian Custer is good, and he lied to that man to his face, bro. He lied to that man to his face. And he couldn't even look at that man in the eye. He was looking down. You know what I'm saying? He was hoping he can still maintain some friendship. And Brian Custer don't ask him that hard question. Errol, what I'm hearing out here is they're saying, is the accident real? Because a video is circulating that you was clocking some 400-meter speed throughout the arena at the Frank Martin's fight. Can you please address that, or kind of clear up those accusations that's being made that you're really not hurt? That's just false advertisement. That's just to further delay the obvious. And what's that? What's the obvious? That Omaha Monster. Right, Reggie? That Omaha Monster. For real. He's trying to delay the inevitable. That Omaha Monster. What is going on with this dude with no options? Your guy is Al Haymon. He knows everything. He hears everything. Right? He's the advisor of advisors. That's who you pay to do your work. Lost Art of Boxing on deck, man. Shout out to you. Yes, sir. That's what it is, man. But I got to go back to that other. Coach say, this shit is hilarious to me. Both twins and a drunk. See, you're going to give me ideas for my other thing. I can't even use that now. I didn't even come up with that. 2 twins and a drunk. God damn, do you know what that thumbnail would have got? 2 twins and a drunk. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna leave it to somebody else. I can't even do it. I can't even do it. I'll be reacting. Damn, that's a classic right there. 2 twins and a drunk. That's a classic. You fan of Charlo, Coach, is your boy. Y'all Crawford fans. I don't know who y'all Crawford fans are, man. I'm a content creator. I don't know who y'all Crawford fans are, but I am a fan of that Omaha Monster. Y'all Crawford fans are as bad as the Wilder and Spence crazy fans. No. From my understanding, if I look back in the archives, Reggie, you was an Errol Spence fan, dog. You was a fan of the same guy that you don't like anymore. No, that you're supporting right now. You know what I'm saying? You were a fan, dog, of Errol Spence, right? But you was a fan of Terrence Crawford. You was a fan of Terrence Crawford. Y'all was a fan of Terrence Crawford. It's only feasible because the algorithm says, let me talk about Crawford, but the only way I'm going to get get into the algorithm and feel good and massage this thing and finesse it if it's something negative about him. But you was a fan of Bud's, dog. Come on, be honest, man. We about to head into the new year. Reggie, come on, bro. Come on, man. You're too intelligent for that. You are a true, bona fide, legitimate, official, certified fan of that Omaha Monster. You know you are, man. You know you are, Reggie. Come on, man. Dondada on deck. What's good with it? Reggie, know he's a goddamn Terrence Crawford fan. I know you are, man. Them boys is booty over there. Yeah, I said it. Goddamn, 2 twins and a drunk. Jesus Christ. And just imagine what's going on as we sit here. Just imagine what's going on in the mansion. Just think about that. What's going on in the mansion right now? I just hope no videos don't pop out for the holiday. We don't need no more of that shit now. Tyrese say, Reggie, you you're gonna see, you'll be saying I was wrong again, just like after the David Avanesian bout. Man, a lot of people, they know the fight with Avanesian happens in boxing. They know it's certain fights that happen, like Avni Yildirim and Canelo Alvarez. You know certain fights like that happen. It's certain fights that we just don't agree with, like Ryan Garcia and Emmanuel Tagoe. It's just certain fights that happen that we just, we raise one side of our face. No, I'm not feeling that too much. Just like Regis Progress and Ivan Redcash. No, we ain't really got that. Adrian Broner, Giovanni Santiago. Nah, not feeling it. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? We're not feeling that. It happens all over boxing. So don't act like Terrence Crawford committed some freaking boxing crime. He got paid. All the haters that was out here wishing to the downfall of BLK, they didn't get their wish, man. All them PBC guys need to jump ship before they let the prime years wash away. Hey, Dondada, this is what I was putting those sand up there for. I was giving you that visual, Dondada. That's their career. Their career is sifting through their hands, man. Floating away into that current of disappointment that Dondada. That's what they doing. The sand is just drifting away, dissolving into the current of disappointment. Come on, man. If I'm wrong, I say it. So don't expect me to say I'm wrong on this. Fair enough. At least you commit being wrong. EJ equal Keith Thurman. Now he has options. I know a lot of people saying that, EJ is Keith Thurman. And I can see where the line is being drawn with that. I can see how you throwing that hook out there. I get it, bro. I do. Because, Keith Thurman was in the same place with injuries and he was out of the sport for quite some time. Just coming up with the same shit. And imagine how karma builds itself up. The vortex, it starts to just build itself up. This is kind of out of my scope because I'm not an astrologist. I'm not into the goddamn outer world like Reggie. But, this is when it comes down to the Milky Way shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you're trying to go into charters that's impossible. We would never fathom that Errol Spence charter into the realm of Keith Thurman, the man who was once a unified champion. He was the man. He was one time, and all of a sudden he just went UA. He was out of the sport. They stripped him of one belt, held on to the last one to the last minute. Then he was done. You know what I'm saying? He got Manny Pacquiao eating freaking fudge sundaes in the casino before the fight. Something was going on. He wasn't mentally there. And now all of a sudden, Errol Spence is Keith Thurman. Wow. Unified champion. Has no idea on the direction where he's trying to go. No direction, dog. This dude is out here on videos. This dude is out here on plural videos. Falsettos. People requesting to go to Dubai when he's not even conscious. But somehow they ended up in Dubai, man. I think they threw his ass in the back of a jet and flew his ass out to Dubai. When he woke up, he was dressed already. And they just took a picture. He said, man, come on, man. And then they had a bag of butt-naked strawberries, motherfucking fudge chocolate, that goddamn, that white chocolate, that rhino white chocolate. I'm saying that glacier white chocolate with the extra twang on it. For real, it's just unbearable, dog. How he's assumed the position of Keith Thurman. He's out of the sport. We don't know why. Because truth be told, they was up here trying to reprimand Crawford because he agreed to everything, but he didn't sign the contract. But then Crawford, being the genius he is, he knew the same shit that we're looking at right now. Is that's something funny going on over there at PBC. There's something funny. Can you imagine if not only the pull-out boys was freaking out of the sport? Could you imagine if they was clever enough to pull Crawford along to 2023 and this shit with Spence happened? And then they get on here and say, I gotcha. Gotcha. He would have been looking stupid. But nope. We already know the rest is history. Don Vaughn with the $5 super chat in the building. Appreciate you, big dog. Charlo had the nerve to say Bud using him for clout. This is a man who couldn't sell out an 8,000 seat arena. I'm telling you, that clout word is abused. Seriously abused, man. That clout word is seriously abused, man. It's a very dysfunctional term. You know what I'm saying? People use it with reckless abandonment. That's what they do with damn clout. People with no clout will assume that they have clout and project that on others and saying, oh, you're trying to clout chase me. When that person has no clout at all, but they take the opportunity to say, now's my time to try to make that advancement, to try to prove to the people that I'm in a higher position than where I'm actually at. It happens a lot, man. Pull out boards all day, coach. Hey, for y'all that's in the chat, all I want you to do is the conductor of the channel. WCS is the conductor of the channel. I want you to get ready for the opening chorus, okay, of this next comment. I want you to prepare your ears for the opening chorus. That's all I have to do. I want you to be prepared for this because we've heard this for several months now. And the fighter that's standing tall, who went in there with the knockout, who's still most talked about fighter on YouTube, that Omaha Monster, we have to hear a comment like this. Terrence Crawford is a duck. It's there. Not a boss move. He got a payday, as all fighters who duck do. Now, if I was reading into any type of Bible, I'm talking about on the front of it, it has boxing Bible, right? If I was to try to find out any scripture to prove what you just said, it's not going to be one. Because no one understands what a duck truly is when boxing is considered a business, Reggie. Boxing is considered a business. The fighters don't run the asylum. They don't run it. All this talk about who works for who, the fighters don't run the asylum. The fighters don't run amok. When they come on fight week, do the fighters go to the desk and pull out their own card and pay for their own rooms? Do the fighters set up their own photo shoots? Do they tell the network what they're gonna say? When to roll the film? No, they're not. They don't do none of that shit. So they are what? Contractors, employees. So when it comes to the business aspect of boxing, you can't say it's a duck when the sport is all about the money. The sport is all about the money, bro. And just because we believe two fighters should fight doesn't mean Al Haymon believes those two fighters should fight. So that pretty much denounces the value and extracts everything that you just mentioned in your comment about Crawford and a duck. It absolutely. You're talking about a guy who you're advocating for who cannot stay out the street without running into another vehicle or another vehicle running into him. He's been on record as saying he believes cars are running into him. He's having flashes. So if that's the case, why nobody around Errol Spence is telling him, hey, dog, next time you go out, man, we got a chauffeur. We got a designated chauffeur. You don't need to be driving, man. You having flashes and shit. You told Kate Abdul, you know what I'm saying, that shit. We want somebody else to drive you around. But no, they don't care. They don't care. Real talk. How can Crawford be a duck? The duck is not even in the pond. How can Crawford be a duck? He doesn't even fall up under that species, bro. He can't be a duck. 10 mil? I think you just mad. Y'all mad, dog. Y'all mad because y'all saw Coach Malachi taking pictures with Crawford at the after party. That's why y'all mad, man. That the fight went off. He got stoppage. And Coach up there taking advantage of the recreational liberty that he has and goddamn in after party with the champ. That's what's mad that the Errol Spencerholics are mad at, man. They say, how dare he? The audacity for him to go up there and have fun in Omaha. How dare he? Man, these Errol Spence terrified of Crawford. That fool back to drinking and getting in car accidents. Fat Boy got a loyal fan base, though. Them Errolsexuals are a special group of people, dog. He said that Fat Boy got a loyal fan base, man. Damn, Coach dropping some one-liners today, man. Them motherfuckers slick like oil, dog. I'm serious, man. He said two twins. He said the twins, two twins and a drunk, man. You know what I'm saying? He said Fat Boy got a loyal fan base, though. Damn. So I guess it's all about popularity, though. That's the whole reason why they support this dude anyway. You know, he kind of links up with the culture a little bit better than Crawford. But see, boxing is a business, bro. And in a business, we're talking about money. And we talk about money, we have to talk about the shakers and movers. They go into the planning process. The shakers and the movers. One shaker and mover over there didn't want that fight to happen this year. And it didn't happen. If they sent back the final revision after y'all have heard that Crawford agreed to everything, and they sent back a revision after he had sent the paperwork to them, and it said the fight would be in 2023, that's a red flag. Not only was it a red flag, it absolutely played out in front of us. It absolutely played out in front of us, man. Errol Spence has basically proved that he want to step in the ring with Keith Thurman. He proved that. And furthermore, he was willing to go out to the extreme and create an accident scene. And say, oh, stuff start to hurt. Man, get out of here, bro. You of all people, come on, man. Imagine Hagler saying, I'm going to clean my side of the street first before he fights the best. Real talk. Fat Boy got a loyal fan base, though. Real talk. Fat Boy got a loyal fan base, dog. See, I ain't the only one that's seen the weight on him. No one's going to explain and convince me that dude wasn't out of shape. And this is what I'm hearing on the channel. First of all, I know y'all looking at them Photoshop pictures. That ain't real. And then second of all, if he ain't, if he rehydrates up, he was in fight shape. He rehydrate, bro. Dude looked like he was a good damn 195, 200. He looked like he could have stepped in there with my Kabu. A cruiserweight real soon. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? Dude had weight on him, man, and that outfit wasn't doing him any justice. All you got to do is take a look at him when he was back there sitting talking. When he had his elbows on his knees, there's a reason why he wasn't sitting back in that chair. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why he wasn't sitting back in that chair. He didn't want us to see that pouch. He didn't want us to see that little kangaroo, that little Joey sticking their head out, looking around. Hey, Errol, do you want the yak? You want me to give you the yak? I'm done with it now. That shit fucked me up, dog. I'm feeling good. You want me to give you the yak, Errol? That little Joey was in that pouch, goddamn. Looking over the goddamn paint size, the fifths. You know what I'm saying? The paints they had in that motherfucker. He was overseeing and providing security for the liquor. Errolsexuals, a special type of special. No cap. Hey, man, that boy got a loyal fan base, though. For real, don't he? Don't he, though? For real, for real. Shanews said Carl Lewis was moving through the cosmos. Man, We said it, man. That dude had 400-meter speed running through there, man. He had 400-meter speed, bro. Coach say Brian Custer know what time it is. The big fish better stop sipping that lean and get his ass back in the ring. This fool ducking Keith Thurman and Terrence Crawford. So, you saying he got dang pulling double duty. Crawford was just called a duck. But what do you call somebody who's doing 2-for-1 specials? They ducking 2 fighters at once. Like, you have the option there. Errol, you have the option to fight Keith Thurman, or you have the option to fight Terrence Crawford. You have the option. You was just over here whining and crying how you was blindsided. The motherfucking landscape is clear as it's ever going to be. The lawn is fucking cut. Everything is there. Maintenance has been approved. It's there. You just refusing to damn take advantage of it. Crawford has called you out. He's put the tweet out. He's ready to spin the block. You won't even acknowledge the man. Now you're talking about, oh man, I ain't gonna be there to April, May, or June. Man, that's bullshit, dog. That's bullshit. All the Errolsexuals should be holding you accountable, but no, they in hibernation like always. It's cold out there. No, I ain't gonna fuck with that topic right now. I'm gonna wait till early spring, man. I'm gonna see what happens next year, man. Fuck that. I ain't messing with that nigga. I'm gonna let him do what he do, man. I gotta stay cozy up in here, man. Let me see what's going on. Let me check the analytics on Bud Crawford. Oh shit, that shit's still good. Hey fellas, let's do a private chat tonight, man. We gotta come up with some new negative shit on Crawford, man. You know, maybe he got caught stealing out a convenience store, or he pulled off without paying for his gas. We gotta come up with some new content, but it has to have Bud Crawford's name in it. Man, coach, but they're going to be coming for you, coach. They're already mad that you got after party pictures and you didn't run it through the general. You know what I'm saying? You didn't run that shit to the general. You know what I'm saying? Say one more again. You didn't run that shit past the general to take pictures with Terrence Crawford and sit out there ringside in the VIP section. You didn't run it through the general. You didn't run it through the general, dog. You up here taking not one picture, but 2 pictures after Crawford just earned his 6th straight title defense at welterweight. Another epoch to his boxing annals. You feel me? And you just up there carefree taking pictures of the champ without running it through the general. Man, I'm telling you, they're going to come for you, coach. And you up there talking about you about freeway Ricky Ross on that? What? Man, you better goddamn get you a security team established. Dub on deck, what's good? 3 drunks, they all be drunk. Hey, man. We just gonna act like Jermell Charlo wasn't drunk when he was up there attempting to communicate with Dimitri Bivol. We're gonna act like that's the way he talk all the time. We're gonna act like for real that he's undisputed at 168. Cause virtual shit sometimes played out in reality. We're gonna act like he's actually freaking undisputed. So we gotta do play sometime with these dudes. Seriously, because even Bivol, I gotta salute Bivol for maintaining his tact, his bearing. You know what I'm saying? Because he could have said, "What the fuck are you talking about, man? Why aren't you taking your career serious? Obviously, you fucked up, man. I'm trying to unify 175, and you up here trying to get a fight with me at 168. But you didn't want to fight David Benavidez at 168." You've been up here trying to get with Canelo, so you're trying to get a common opponent of Canelo? Dude, listen to me. My weight class is 175. I come down to 168, I'm fucking you up, man. I don't know what you're trying to get. You think somehow, some way, you're going to get the Caleb Plant treatment, lose to Canelo, and get a fight with so-and-so, it's not going to happen, bro. I'm going to cancel you. Real talk. If I fight you at 68, I'm punishing you. Canelo's not going to consider you because you're not going to be healthy enough to take the fight, Jermell Charlo. Okay? Any other questions? All right, I got to go. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, on deck with it. Reggie Orange, you're right. Bud Duck, when Mell punched the refrigerator, hurt his hand. Mell slipped at her back, and Errol hurt his ankle running away with the strawberries. Damn, dog, that entire scenario, dog. On Christmas, that's entire scenario, man. God damn. He said Errol Spence slipped and hurt his ankles running away with the Bud Nakeds, the white chocolate. You know what I'm saying? The triple fudge. God damn, dog. He said Bud ducked when Mell punched the refrigerator, hurt his hand, Mell slipped and hurt his back, and Errol hurt his ankle running away with the strawberries. God damn, man. Y'all are being creative on Christmas, for real. Y'all are creative, man. I don't know if y'all on that I'm talking about that pure black label eggnog. Some of y'all cats there is really sipping on the premium shit today. I ain't lying to you. Y'all sipping on some premium shit. Shout out to Mr. Gumbo, a.k.a. Hot Grease, for that $10 super chat. On deck with it. Appreciate you, man. Let me go up here. Shout out to Miguel, man. He said, Bud is the best pit. Short, quick, and simple, man. Short, quick, and simple. That Omaha monster, man. Tyrese, I don't know why Crawford ran away from Spence. It wasn't no running. It was called redirect to where the money's at. You always hear people talking about go where the money's at. He went to where the money's at. It wasn't no money over there in that negotiation. Boxing does not have a retirement plan, brother. Boxing does not have a retirement plan. These boxers have to make money while they're actively able to compete, while they're in their prime. Because if they come back past their prime and they have to fight exhibitions to raise money, y'all gonna be laughing and talking about, oh, I remember the time when you could have took that Errol Spence fight and you didn't do it. And then somebody gonna say, well, it was good he didn't take the Errol Spence fight because he went over there to BLK Prime and they blessed that man with a monetary compensation for his duties. And that's more than he would have got for PBC. Let's keep it a thou wow, bro. Let's keep it a thou wow, man. Avanesian fight is old news. It's old news, bro. The Avanesian fight is old news. Tell him, Andrew, it's old news, man. Only the Spence fans should be mad about how now is that Spence isn't ready right now for the fight. How's that possible? Why he ain't ready? I heard a Chew was pretending like you wanted the November fight. And then rumor had that you was going to fight in December on that Frank Martin card. Nope, that didn't come out. That didn't play out. And then a fight announcement was going to happen 3 or 4 days after this freak accident. And that's out the window because you hurt your ankle. You chipped the freaking big toenail. You know what I'm saying? You slipped running away with the strawberries. I'm just, these freak accidents, bro. I don't know what you want us to tell you. You say stuff started to hurt. And when the news articles come out, it's really nothing that they can pinpoint to a specific injury. Where's the medical records? Where can we use to validate your story has merit? Right now, we cannot prove it has merit, man. No. Look at the archives. I'm a fan of both Spence and Crawford. The difference is I'm the only real fan that calls out Crawford for ducking Spence to fight a puppy in Avenesian. No. First of all, let's stick to the law. I hear people all the time unwilling to support the fighter they truly support. So they take the easy route. They lean heavy on one side. I mean, they lean on both sides just to be a bipartisan. Just, I'm gonna be in safe ground right here. I'm gonna be in safe mode. They can't really pick or choose. No, this is why you're not a fan of both. You was dogging out Errol. You was dogging out Terrence Crawford before he pulled out negotiations. Truth be told, you was dogging out Terrence Crawford before he pulled out negotiations. It wasn't too much you were saying that was positive about Crawford. So therefore, if you're a fan of both, then you should have some type of leniency to understand what negotiations are truly about. Boxing is a business, so negotiation is never going to have the same format each time a fighter steps up and joins the table. So really, truth be told, Reggie, Crawford never really did anything, you know what I'm saying, that was out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? He never really did anything except make his fights look easy, make his title defenses look easy. And with that said, I think a lot of y'all became perturbed, right? Ruffled. You came a bit ruffled when he stopped Sean Porter, because y'all was believing that Sean Porter was going to really give him that smoke. Y'all thought he was going to come out there the victor so Errol and Sean Porter can fight in a rematch. But just so happened it didn't go down like that. He damn near put the man in hospice care. You feel me? So I think a lot of y'all are still, what's that word I'm looking for, that B word? Butthurt that Sean Porter was stopped. Not only that, a lot of these Errolsexuals came just entitled. They start talking about it wasn't even 2 months past November, and they start talking about, what Terrence Crawford, what he doing? Boots is out here. Why he ain't fighting Boots? Why he ain't fighting Boots? But listen, who is Boots lined up to fight? What sanctioning body? Y'all busy been trying to talk and advocate and talk Boots this time like y'all run boxing. No, the Spencerholics don't run boxing. They just run in the streets. That's all. Y'all just run in the streets trying to find out who's talking about what. Y'all trying to sit up here and put Boots on the Crawford, and he ain't even been out the ring 2 months early this year. And then, Timothy Smith come out there and says, he pretty much send a message to everybody, Spencerholics ignore the whole shit. They want to keep on talking about Crawford. So when you say that you're a fan of both and you dog out just one of them, that's not being a fan. Because look, you should have been dogging Errol Spence out. You should have been critical of Errol Spence based off the outfit he was seen in. Okay, first and foremost, the outfit was trash. And then with that outfit, you can see that he was holding what's that's called, that extra lining of lard. You know what I'm saying, from someone who is out of shape and been eating well. So he was deconditioned and he wasn't in fight shape. Third, he said that he was in a car accident and stuff started to hurt. But as me and a lot of my compeers seen, his speed is damn good. It reminded me of goddamn the Road Runner. I was thinking he should goddamn try out for the Olympic team for the next Olympics, man, at least a 200. The way he was moving through the airport, at least 200, 400. He was moving. I ain't gonna lie. Spence was moving, dog. To be deconditioned and fat the way he is, you know what I'm saying? Hey, just like Coach said, that fat boy got a loyal fan base, dog. That fat boy got a loyal fan base. Come on, Reggie. Come on, Reggie. You can't be for both, man. You only talk bad about one. Come on, man. That's called ex parte. Canelo versus Yildirim was a duck fight as well. And Canelo got called out by fans of the zone. Well, that in actuality, right? That fight was promised to him Even when freaking Yildirim lost, they kept that promise because he was supposed to, you know what I'm saying, get something. And they kept that promise and they allowed him to back, you know what I'm saying, and fight, which, you know, he got him up out of there. But if that was a duck, I have another question. Why are you not dogging out Canelo Alvarez like that? You know, even though I was hearing Money Brown over there, he wasn't dogging out Canelo Alvarez like, you know, like he's putting all this emphasis on Crawford. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's supposed to do. Canelo did what he did. He got him up out of there. He moved on. That's what they were saying. But come on, man. Come on, bro. Reggie done drunk the Wakanda Kool Aid. That's some strong shit. They hit over there, man. Errol Spence can't do no wrong in their eyes. No wrong, man. No wrong. I'm talking about sanctified. Ooh, they sanctified. God damn. How are these cats saying they support both fighters, but the only one that's on the title and description, and then they topic is Bud Crawford. Wow. Errol Spence checks Bud Crawford. Ooh. Bud Crawford exposed for lying. Wow. Bud isn't getting 10 million. He's getting 1 million. I mean, dang, man, every other time you turn around, Fanon is waking up, slapping himself in the face and trying to come up with a dumbass Bud Crawford topic that's absolute full of lies, bro. He's actually downgraded. He used to talk about boxing content, but the powers that be within the Omaha Monster has influenced these dudes to talk about him every single day, dog. I'll tell you what, y'all better hope Coach don't get goddamn Crawford on his show, boy. Y'all better hope. God! You better hope, boy, they gonna be You better hope to God Crawford don't show up on that show, man. Y'all better pray and wish, because it's gonna be damn near 2,000 minimal tuned in that day. Y'all better hope to the holy Jesus, because super chats are going to be flying out the window and y'all going to have to sit back and just listen. I can't believe this nigga pulled this shit off. That other guy supposed to have him on there. Y'all better hope. Y'all better hope Coach Game ain't the way it is right now. I'm telling you. They knocked the Avenesian fight out quick like clockwork. They announced it. They knocked it in the park, and it's over with. Where's Spence? Good question. We do know he's probably at Dunkin' Donuts. He's not about to do any Slim Fast commercials, any keto commercials, any Hello Fresh. We know he's not really part of any of that shit. You know what I'm saying? He's out there trying to lasso bulls. But to be honest with you, I don't know, man. I think he was trying to self-sabotage himself to begin with. He came up with all these freaking situations that he's not supposed to be doing as a boxer. I'm pretty sure in his contract, it's Al Haymon. You know, you got to thank him first. Thank Al Haymon. And thank Al Haymon for breathing. Thank Al Haymon when I take a shit. And thank Al Haymon for, you know, allowing me to get a bull. Somewhere in the contract, it says, if you purchase some wild animals that are deemed to be vicious enough to cause you severe injury as a fighter, we suggest to you and respectfully deny the purchase of any animals that could harm you and remove you from the sport. I'm pretty sure there's a language in there that says that. Like, stay your ass away from them motherfucking vicious ass animals. Nope. Next Spence is gonna get a bobcat. It's not a puppy bobcat. It's gonna be one that's already full grown, already done hunted, love to taste the blood. He gonna get that shit and bring it over there and try to feed it strawberries and get fucked up. Watch what I tell you and get fucked up. Al Money on deck. Reggie, I gotta ask, bro. Did you call Spence out when he ran out the arena after the Porter fight? Well, I wouldn't respond. There's audio of Spence saying, the big fight can be made, but I rather go along with Al Haymon plans, meaning stay away from Crawford. Say it isn't so. Say it isn't so. We don't have other audio. Just isn't so that he's been on record as saying, you know, when people ask him about Crawford, he said, no, I got to buy another car first. This is recently. A car is now more important than that Omaha Monster. You know what I'm saying? A car is important. So you trying to tell me with all that PBC money, you only got one vehicle? Charlo can't lend you a vehicle. The last time I checked, he was taking pictures with his belts, and he had the whole driveway full of vehicles, the same color. You trying to tell me he can't loan you a vehicle, dog? And you gotta once again disappoint your fan base. And no, I ain't thinking about Crawford, man. I gotta think about buying a car. And then before that, when asked about the Crawford fight, you mentioned Canelo Alvarez. You was kissing Canelo ass, man, with fresh lip gloss. You was up in some shit like they asking him a question, and these dudes say, well, yeah, that's cool, but it'd be better to fight Canelo. You had the same pull-out boys, right? The same pull-out boys, all of them called out Canelo at the same time. Errol Spence Jr., Jermell Charlo, up here talking about if he just dropped down to about if he could just drop down to about 150, 158 or some crazy shit he said. And then Jermell Charlo called out Canelo. All three of these pullout boys called out Canelo. Not only that, people, not only did they call out Canelo, but that $100 million deal came out to the public that they was trying Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence. Errol Spence, once again, was not trying to fight Terrence Crawford. I don't know why Reggie's not trying to identify all these damn red flags that's out there. All this evidence, all these receipts that's just floating on the surface of this boxing media shit, bro. It's out there. Just like a rubber ducky. It's floating on the surface, just bouncing around, man. Just go out there and scoop it up, man. It got letters on it. It got little notes. You know what I'm saying? Just read it. That ain't no Kool Aid, man, they drinking. That ain't no Kool Aid, bro. My neck, my back, my neck, and my back. I'm serious, dog. You know what I mean? My neck, my back, my neck, and my back. Hey, y'all get it, bro. Y'all get it, man. They threw Errol jet to the bar. For real, man. Dude wasn't even conscious, dog. He wasn't even conscious, man. He woke up, he was in the bar, man. Pockets empty than a motherfucker. Oh, don't worry about anything. It's already been paid for, Mr. Spence. Welcome. We have reserved a venue for you at the top of the tower, you know, at the skyscraper. Yeah. She's already up there. She said just send the Uber over and have you come along. She didn't even wait for him to wake up. She's already there. Eating appetizers and all that shit. Linking up, making connections. Spence is a new Keith Thurman, but they don't want to hold him accountable. Man, they ain't holding him accountable because he has, hey, just like Coach say, that fat boy got a loyal fan base, man. That shit's hilarious. He said that fat boy got a loyal fan base. For real. Dondada, there are 2 cups of Kool Aid, and they're both yours. Damn. Man, Reggie said, I ain't gonna take too much of this shit now. I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna talk my shit, man. Woke up in the bar dressed with a turban on. For real, man. They dressed him, dog. While he was unconscious like a baby. They dressed him, man. He didn't even know what was going on. He wasn't even conscious, bro. It's clear as day. Haymon and PBC don't want nothing to do with Crawford. How can you not see that, Reggie? I don't know, man, but maybe, when he hit the replay, Reggie, there's hope for you, brother. There is hope. There's hope for you, brother. Because you're not a bilateral supporter. You are a one-sided supporter. I'm just trying to guide you in so you can just turn it over. Guide you back in. Because you was rocking with Terrence Crawford hard now. You need to guide that plane right back into that tarmac and land it in Omaha and come back home, man. Come back home, dog. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. Don't fight it, bro. Add money. All my videos are archived, homie. Ain't no favoritism with me. Go watch the video on Spence leaving the arena and hit the thumbs up and write a good comment. I'm just saying, when it comes down to what we've been witnessing out here with the defamatory, with the excoriating comments, talking points, the falsicities that has been running rampant out in YTC, it is absolute blasphemy. The negativity that y'all are giving this black man is blasphemy, man. It is absolutely blasphemy. It should be shame placed upon all y'all. Y'all just up here treating this man like he owe y'all money, like he disrespected y'all family. That man is daring and great. And just because his name is populating in the algorithm and he's the hottest topic on the YTC, people choose to take advantage of that. I get it, man. Tru Media say, I like Jermell Charlo, but this nigga is emotional as hell. He's undisputed but have no fans. Damn. The black content creators didn't talk about the brother when he became undisputed. How can you become undisputed and make history and no one's really speaking on your name like that? So I asked this question, Coach. It has to be some jealousy on the scene between Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence, because really the conversation is more so directed in the direction of Errol Spence because he's attached to Terrence Bud Crawford. Jermell Charlo simply isn't going to ever conform to that because, like you said, he's a loose cannon. He's a rambunctious, belligerent individual, and he's very garrulous at the end of the day. He's going to continue to be vocal on everything, but yet he truly don't understand what you just said. People are not really fucking with him like that. He's on here to start beef with Zoo, and Zoo is just up here being the nicest guy from Australia. Hey, mate. Hey, look, I always said you was good, mate. I always supported you, mate. I mean, you coming at me a little bit hostile, mate. And you know what I'm saying? We'll see a Joey out here acting. You know what we do? We find the local baseball bat and we start swinging, mate. That's how we take care of that little extra aggression, mate. He tried to start beef with Tim Zoo. And Zoo is like, dude, I always said, I want to fight you. That's what I want to do, man. My bad, y'all. I don't know what happened. But anyway, let me get back to cooking, man. You know, them Spencer Hawleys, goddammit. Hold on for a second. Let me get back on this right here. Them Spencer Hawleys. You start talking too much about them Spencer Hawleys, boy. That loyal fan base, they started to go crazy. The archive. I don't know, man. I did. I seen enough video. Did I say you was dogging Crawford or just shitting on him? That's two different things. I think you was shitting on him. I think that's different. You know what I'm saying? I think that's different. But to each his own. You're able to do what you do, man. I'm not this. I'm out. Oh, truth be, you know what I'm saying, I'm just not understanding why they're breaking themselves up like the old gingerbread. You know, maybe you can explain that to me. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you can explain that to me. Why are these boys breaking up like the gingerbread man? Why? You know, every time you turn around, one of them got an injury. Like they came fresh out the oven and somebody dropped the goddamn cookie sheet. And all the damn cookies broke in half, man. When I get Crawford on the show, that's going to be huge because Crawford really don't mess with YouTube content creators like that. Yeah, for sure. You already know, Coach. That shit going to be history. You know what I'm saying? That shit's going to be history, man. Showtime already had him do a cameo. You know, but you get him on there for an interview, Coach. That's gonna be big deal. Big Blunts and boxing on deck. What's good, Blunts? What's good, man? Hopefully you had a damn great Christmas, man. I'm in Bud Landing, killing y'all with my facts. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. Killing with facts. Like, what are we talking about? Just the word, or are we talking about spitball killings? Paintball? I mean, what's the level of intensity we talking about? What are we talking about? Slingshot with paper ball? I mean, I don't feel the severity. I don't get it, man. I'm not feeling the it's not sinking in yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel the sting. You know what I'm saying? I don't get it. Seriously, I don't. The 100. I have a major respect for Al Haymon. Ain't gonna deny that, but it doesn't stop me from keeping things real. I think a lot of us have some type of respect for Al Haymon, being that he is where he is in the sport. But there's some funny things going on over there that's not making us smile. Like, it's an upside down smile. It's a frown. So therefore, we're not satisfied or happy. That's our point with that. You know, things ain't going on, man. Like, you got the pullout boys that's all up under the same umbrella. They all up under the same umbrella, bro. What are the chances of Boots' network deal with Showtime carrying him in a deal with Al and PBC? If Spence lose the belts, he got Boots who can get them all back. That's if Boots can stay there long enough to do it. I'm not doubting that he can, but you know, you have some pathways to cross. Like, that sounds all good, but to get them all back, it's according who's in the division at that time. If you're talking about Spence leaving, Crawford leaving, then it's a good possibility that he can get some of them back. But just like this right here, Blunts, you have to look at it like, it looks easy for us to put the X's and O's and shit. You know, it's easy for us. But look at how this is. Who says all the belts is going to be over there? You know what I'm saying? Like, who says that's going to happen? What if Spence vacates and Boots get a shot at the IBF? That's just one belt. He's going to have to go get all the other belts, and they're not going to be over there at the PBC like they are now with just one fighter. We don't know what's going to happen with Crawford's belt. We don't know how long he's going to remain there. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what's going to happen to the whole landscape of those titles. What hands they're going to land in. Look at the 140-pound division. The titles are everywhere. Regis is signed with Probellum. You know what I'm saying? The titles are everywhere. So that's easier said than done, man. I thought both fighters getting no guarantee, right? Yeah, man, I dropped out, man. I dropped out, but appreciate the audio check. Appreciate the audio check, man. Appreciate the audio check. For real. So how did they have guarantee money for Canelo and none for Crawford? We have to protect our fighters. Yeah, that's a good question. Not just any guarantee money, Dub 100, but 100 mil, shawty, man. God damn. They was willing to make the sacrificial lambs fresh. They was going to put Jermell Charlo up there with a broken back. Spinal. What was the injury there, Jermell Charlo? Spinal. What do you mean by spinal? I broke my back. Spinal. Out of nowhere, Mike Tyson can fight with a broken back, but Jermell Charlo can't, and his opponent is Selecki? I don't get it, man. Maybe I'm overreaching with this shit. Real talk. Maybe I'm just overreaching with this imagination shit, man. This journalism shit, man. Maybe I'm overreaching on that. But Mike Tyson fought with a broken back. Jermell Charlo come out with this motherfucking hitter, Selecki, this monster, this tyrant, and he can't even go in there with a broken back. A back injury, he can't go in there and beat this dude. Oh, shit, dog. The fabric is different with some of these fighters today. The fabric is different. Okay. I have to do a little bit more in-depth research. If I'm wrong, I would definitely apologize. I have no problem as a man apologizing when I'm wrong. None at all. I have no reservation, man. Every Spence fighter had a guarantee. Now they don't want to give Crawford one. Come on, man. Spence a duck. Say one more again. They act like duck doesn't pertain to him for some reason. Like the feathers don't fit. The feathers fit, goddamn, and the beak. And the bill. It fits, goddammit. Stop acting like it don't fit. It fits. It fits. Stop acting like that shit don't fit him. It fits, goddammit. Bro, you keep ignoring the fact that Spence wasn't getting a guarantee either. Dub 100. Can you answer that? I just want to make sure I'm not missing nothing. But listen, Spence, just because Spence wasn't getting the guarantee doesn't mean Crawford doesn't need to get a guarantee. You know what I'm saying? Just because Spence wasn't getting a guarantee, that doesn't mean Crawford has to be without a guarantee. Spence is the one who signed with a promotion. Crawford is an independent contractor. So he can negotiate his contract different than Errol Spence. That's why he tried to offer him the 25 mics. And he was talking about back end money. You know why? Because that's what he used to getting. The writing was on the wall, Blunts. That's what he's used to getting. Back end money. So all of a sudden, if Spence is used to something and it plays out, because Crawford said he asked about back end money. We talking about $25 million now. And he's talking about what about back end money? Obviously, he was clueless to handling negotiations outside of Al Heyman's voice being right there in his earlobe. You know what I'm saying? So being that Crawford was calling this man up directly and trying to handle this business, it was out of sorts for him, man. It was outside his scope. He didn't know what to say. He up here talking about freaking fire sticks and shit. You can tell that wasn't his forte, bro. That wasn't what he do. If Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, or anyone else didn't give Spence a guarantee, y'all would be screaming. Call a spade a spade. Man, Doug 100 on 1,000 right now, dog. He on 1,000 right now, dog. Somebody done goddamn pissed off the gingerbread. Motherfucking goddamn new gingerbread man that was up that motherfucker, man. This is one of those situations. You feel me? This is one of those situations. Somebody hang out in the chat and goddamn talk that shit long enough, they start to heat up. That hot grease, boy. I'm telling you. These cats been on fire today on Christmas. They are not tolerating 2022 bleeding over into 2023 with the old ass, stale ass news. These cats over here ain't tolerating that shit, man. They don't want to hear the same, oh, well, he walked away. So fucking what he walked away? He walked away and into the ring and got paid. Now he out that mug. He on Twitter calling out Errol Spence and y'all ain't saying shit about it. Y'all acting like y'all can't say nothing bad about Al Haymon. You know what I'm saying? Y'all can't say shit bad about Al Haymon. And that's where the problem lies right there. Why are y'all not holding him accountable? Why are you not holding Spence accountable for not damn trying to stand up for himself and speak to Al Haymon, bro? Y'all fragile, man. Y'all fragile for real. Facts at WCS, the belts might not be in one place, but I'm just bringing it that up to try to dispel the thought that Al is protecting Spence from Bud when he can have another great welterweight in Boots. He definitely can have another great welterweight, but right now, Boots, he's at the ground floor without any titles. And he does have everything. You know, Boots is the guy. I even been on record as saying that he's going to be the future in boxing. You know what I'm saying? He is. It's according to how he's moved. People need to understand that Boots has been lying in wait for quite some time. And even now he's signed with Showtime. They still have him on the lunch pad. They still have him on the lunch pad. Lipinets, Delorme, Custodial Clayton, he's supposed to be ascending. So hopefully when he meet that elevation, he's able to go even higher and higher and higher. Because right now he was at a certain elevation, which it seems like he was ascending with Sergey Lipinets. And then they start to descend with Thomas Delorme. And then they damn near flying 100 feet above ground with Custodial Clayton. Now he get Karen. He's back on the tarmac. But he's going to be the man. Real talk. High praise coming out that camp, man. You know what I'm saying? High praise. Salute the Team Minutes, man. You know, don't think for 1 minute WCS is hating on Ennis. I'm not. I just say what I always say. When he comes here and fights somebody and he shows out, I'm going to be the one to come in here and show him his love, man. You know what I'm saying? But right now, he has 29 victories, and it's just not anything for me to provide any plaudits for. Al Haymon will take care of Spence. They tried to do Crawford dirty, but he got some great people behind him. Yes, sir. Smart businessman. Smart businessman. We have to credit Crawford for not just being a clown. You know what I'm saying? We have to credit him for not being a clown. Just going up here hungry and desperate for money. The man's out here negotiating his worth and getting the money that he wants. He just couldn't do that with PBC because they really didn't want to give him the fight, period. It was never about money. It was about the fight. Because Al Haymon, if those titles leave and he don't have a rematch clause in there, he's SOL. So he can get paid in-house fighter Keith Thurman, Errol Spence twice. But somehow, some way, Errol Spence is he's going to become the new Demetrius Andrade. He didn't want to damn fight Keith Thurman, but I believe Al Haymon wanted him to fight Keith Thurman. Why? Because it benefits Al Haymon financially, and it's an in-house fight. It's funny how everybody was talking about how top ranked all these in-house fights and always talking this shit about in-house fights. But all of a sudden, they just overlook what's going on at PBC with the in-house fighting. That shit is wild, boy. Like, they don't ever want to talk about what's going on with it over there, man. Truly, they just want to say duck, duck, duck. Nigga, it ain't no duck. Boxing is a business. It's always going to be that. I can't hang on that Heyman would take care of Spence. I got to look at the fact and say neither guy was getting a guarantee, and that's fair. Hey, man. All I got to say, that's old news to me. I know Blunts is going to come up in the conversation. I know. But you got to let that shit just sift through your hands, man. We got to leave it in 22, man. We got to let that residue remain in 2022 and go in 2023 in fresh water, man. Clean hands. You know what I'm saying? Don't listen to those other content creators still up here talking about negotiations and shit like that. Man, let them grow old talking about that shit. Ain't nobody talking about that bullshit. We trying to wait and see what's happening in the opening part of the year. We're not talking about that nonsense. Every Spence opponent wasn't fighting arguably the biggest fight in boxing. Every Spence opponent wasn't fighting for undisputed welterweight. This isn't the same situation. The duck bill and feathers only fit on Crawford in this situation. That's absolutely false, and you know it. Say amen. I think the no guarantees goes back to dealing with broken PPV pay-per-view model, like Keith Idec said. The problem here is getting the revenue from the pay-per-view. It's good that this criteria is coming out, man. Y'all really dropping some educational points out. Real talk. This is good shit. Y'all dropping some educational points that's conducive to the listeners and the readers, man. Good shit. I just got to catch up in the chat, so I really can't elaborate on everyone's freaking comment like I did do earlier. I try to, but I won't ever catch up in the chat. You're dealing with the pay-per-view issue that is out of control. People streaming fights more than ever. Imagine if streaming fights was impossible. You think money would be a problem. They've been talking about the streaming issues for quite some time, but they still put fights on pay-per-view. Long as the network is presenting the pay-per-view model, it's going to be utilized. Unless it's totally removed. Coach said, Dub 100, you're 100% correct. If Bob Arum offers Spence zero guarantee to fight Crawford, the fake pro PBC fans would say Bob is a racist, dog. Al Heyman does it, and it's fine because he's black. Man, god damn. That's what I'm talking about, man. Y'all dropping some gems, bro. And I agree. Dub 100, he did say some real shit. Because if this was indeed goddamn Bob Arum, boy, they would have been like trying to goddamn hold a motherfucking protest in Omaha. They were talking about, we need 1 million protesters to come to this brother's front door. Because what Bob Arum has done is a travesty. I need 1 million men to march on Omaha, Nebraska. Man, they will be trying their best to say, how can you let this happen, bud? How can you let this happen? You gonna let Bob Arum give a no guarantee to another black man? You are extremely misinformed, brother. And that's what we trying to do, bring you back. And you ain't never lied, man. That shit is real, man. They would have called Bob a racist up and down, back and forth, man. It wouldn't have been no breathing room for that shit, dog. Every time you turn on, man, but he ain't black. He's a Sambo. He's a coon. He's doing all this shit. No. They say that now. And he's not even with a promoter. The man's not even with a promoter. Captain Full G on deck, man. Just stepped in the channel. I got homework and watch what I missed, but I'm here. No doubt, man. Appreciate you pulling up. Man, hope your Christmas was Absolutely wonderful, brother. Thanks for putting up the WCS Boulevard, bro. I'm in here single-handedly eating the whole Crawford Defense League here in the WCS. Hey, all I got to say, that shit you sipping on is a hell of a drink. Is a hell of a drink there, Reggie. You must be smoking on that shit, too. Because you ain't eating a motherfucking body over here. That shit sounds good in the chat, but you have not ethered anything over here. You can't even get the match lit, dog. I don't know what the hell you talking. That eggnog is thick. Dude, stop mixing the drinks together and making cocktails you ain't never drunk before, dog. Stop it. You ain't ethering nobody over here, dog. Stop the madness. That shit sound good for holiday spirit. Dude, do not break the mood, dog. I know there's a lot of people out there having fun and a joyous occasion, you know. I mean, just getting it together in Christmas spirit. But don't just start creating stories, dog. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because how can all you basically encapsulate everybody over here as being a Crawford? Because Bunce will tell you he's not that guy. He pretty much support Errol Spence. So you're trying to group him into one category. I mean, you know, one thing I can say about what I know and what I've listened to and read, you know, these individuals in the chat have their own sense of thinking. Just like you have your own mind, your own sense of thinking and intelligence, the same here in this boulevard. But let's not bloviate shit. You know what I'm saying? Talking about ethering. Come on, man. Ethering is like using the word duck. You exaggerating over the top, dog. Come on, man. Stop trying to light a match in this damn turbulent weather, dog. This is inclement weather over here, dog. You can't light a match when that damn rain coming down. Shout out to Tony Boswell, man. Merry Christmas at WCS in the chat. Merry Christmas to you, Tony. Appreciate you pulling up on Christmas Day, man. It's sad a boxer that started at 135 got the whole state of Texas 147, 154 pounds running. Spence, Charlo, Virgil. Yes, sir. And you know another thing to caveat to that, Dub, is that the hardcore fans understand that, you know, boxing is about challenges. And that's exactly what Crawford was doing. He put it out there. He said, I have a 2-fight lineup that I'm trying to make. After I finish stepping on Spence, I want Jermell Charlo. But then something unique happened. It kind of blends in with the "it's on you, baby." When we saw the shit take place with them, baby, and there was a little bit of you know, comfort going on there, a little companionship, and people was like, "Huh? What is this? You know, what is this? Like, how can you have multiple videos with somebody in the video continue to call you gay, right?" Then, no, check this out now. Then, what we just witnessed, that Crawford's been calling out Jermell Charlo, but all of a sudden, Errol Spence jumps to his aid with the pump. No, you're not fighting Jermell Charlo. No. Like, when did this shit happen? When did another man step in? Mine. No, mine. No, you're not going to be able to get that fight. No. No. That's up to me. Checks and balances. How in the fuck does that happen in this sport? I mean, what happened? It was just man down. Big fish. You know what I'm saying? Now big fish turns into an angel fish. This dude basically tells the public that he's cutting off any type of access to Terrence Crawford to fight Jermell Charlo. That's unfucking believable, dog. When does this take place? How do you insert yourself into a call out? The fabric's different, y'all. The fabric's different. I wouldn't do that, Reggie. You're right, comment that shit in 22. Let's see what happens in 23. That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Let's see what happens 2023, man. It's 30 plus in the building, man. I only got 22 likes, man. Why y'all doing a brother like that, man? I'm one of the only channels that actually read majority of the damn comments, dog. Come on, bro. I rock out with the listeners, man. I only have 22 likes on the video. Why y'all playing with me like that, man? Come on, show some love on Christmas, dog. T on deck. Pay-per-view isn't being killed by streaming. Expensive pay-per-view is eating itself. It's not a consistent, expensive pay-per-view, though. No, we're not talking about Floyd Mayweather, Conor McGregor. What is the average price point that is considered expensive? What is it? What's the price range? What's the number range? $89.99? We're not even up there. Deontay Wilder, Robert Helenius was like, what, $75? What's the expensive price point? BLK had offers of $39.99. Even though they didn't have anything, you know what I'm saying? They had their own shit popping. What is consistent pay-per-view? Unless it's in the 90s. I don't place any credibility in what you just said. All respect. I don't find the expensiveness to merit, what you just said. Because if it's not averaging 90s, every pay-per-view across the board, if it's not in the 90 range, I can't go with that, brother. That's all. Big Blunts agreeing with you, bro. Expensive pay-per-view is eating itself. What is it expensive pay-per-view, Blunts? What's expensive? Floyd Mayweather did a $100 pay-per-view with a guy who never had a boxing match. Did that break down the pay-per-view model? Did that somewhat disintegrate and bring it down to his knees? No, not at all. Not when the fighters are getting hundreds of millions of dollars for that fight. Find 3 or 4 fights recently pay-per-view that's been at the 90 price range, because we can't say the 80s is expensive. Wilder and Helenius was in the 70s. That's about right. Somebody put it in the chat. What is the average price point to consider pay-per-view to be an expensive type of model right now? That's why it's disintegrating, so to speak. It's dissolving. I don't see it. They've been saying pay-per-view is dead for a long time now. The pay-per-view business model is adjusting to the new environment. A lot of this shit's going on right now is experimental. They're analyzing the numbers. I can go with that. It's really an easy fix, though. A new era of fighters is coming into the sport. Now it's a time for a purse reset or a purse cap like the NFL did. See, the one thing about you comparing boxing to a model like the NFL is the fact that they have a commissioner. They have structure in the NFL, someone that you have to answer to. You know what I'm saying? Like, boxing doesn't have that. You have all these promotions. You have all these freaking, networks. It's according to you what tier fighter you have or higher. The whole business aspect when it comes to boxing is so open-ended. I say it all the time. This sport is not regulated. So people tend to try to compare boxing to a team sport. Well, a lot of the team sports thrive with their players making money and stuff like that because they have a whole entire different model. They know what their game schedule is going to be like for the year. Boxing is always hocus pocus. Ooh, wait, big news coming. Shh, you can't say that. Shh, we coming out with some big news. 3 or 4 days after my accident, I was going to have some big fight news. But now I'm not fighting till around April, May. Man, that's the same shit boxing, dog. That's the same shit with boxing all the time. Big news coming. Big news coming. It's almost like, being at a game and the hot dog guy come by. Get your hot dogs. Get your slushies. You know what I'm saying? Right here, get your popcorn. That's boxing, bro. Al Haymon is a piece of shit just like the other promoters. The Haymonites, the Wakandas, the pro PBC fans, and Errolsexuals are all part of the same family. The double standard and hypocrisy is real. God dang, coach up swinging Ginsu swords. God damn. He ain't playing. Bladed nunchucks. Damn ninja stars. Gee, this is Christmas, coach. This is Christmas, bro. You come in here with all that weaponry. Dang. This was a non-lethal live, coach. There was no threats thus far. You know what I'm saying? There was no threat so far, man. We didn't even have to turn up on anything. You dropping that fire like that. Damn. Dub said if you watch the last couple Spence fights, he done his punch resistance. His punch resistance is gone. He won't ever fight a true boxer or puncher ever. Heyman very, very smart. And when you say that Heyman's very smart, they don't care about how smart Heyman is. All they want to do is cover for him. They just want to cover for him. They see what's going on, but they don't want to identify it. They just want to cover for him and keep it moving on Terrence Crawford and keep on saying, dumb shit about Terrence. That's it. They just want to keep covering for what's the obvious. He ain't the same since the accident. He'll never be the same. And they just don't want that man to get knocked the fuck out. Al Haymon want to still make some money off Spence, but he has shit going on behind the scenes. He still want to make some money off Spence because he has that belt. He has those belts. That's all. Coach say the pro PBC fans and Errolsexuals are all a part of the same family. The double standard and the hypocrisy is real. That's real talk, bro. That's real talk. That's on yellow. And Spence Jr. sitting in the back seat, spitting the block. That's on them, baby. I don't sleep, baby. Shit. How can you be in some videos and keep calling you gay? Nah, fuck that. Stop doing that shit. Sir Senior on deck, man. What's good, Sir Senior? How you feeling, brother? T say, but if he is alternate, what they got to do boxing? But if he is an alternate, what that has to do with boxing? I'm not sure where you're going with that. I'm kind of catching up on the chat. Appreciate that, Tony. I'm still at 22 likes, man. I thought I'd put it. So that means we have some window watchers. You know what I'm saying? We might have some Wakandas tuned in. Some members of the BBC, the bum boxing community, they might be tuned in because my likes are not going up. So that's okay. It's Christmas. You know what I'm saying? You have some outside participants that's tuning in and don't want to support the channel. I got it. So T say $75 is too much based on the matchups. But if you're talking about boxing, you got to understand now. Inflation and the economy is going up, my brother. The economy cannot be skyrocketing and you expect boxing to stay in place. It's not going to happen. They have to push their price point up too. They have to somewhat level or stay within the proximity of the inflation that's going on. They have to stay within the area, man. Inflation can't continue to rise, and they have certain things they have to pay, and they want to come up here and charge $40 for pay-per-view. They're not gonna make any money off that. I mean, no, they gotta raise the price point. You know what I'm saying? They gotta make their money also. They're doing all the legwork. They have to get paid too. So, the model might seem a bit screwed up, and it might seem like it's going down the drain, but they continue to have to put the price point in a way where you're going to either buy the fight or you're not. They can't sit over here and damn pussyfoot off of it. They got to do what they have to do, man. It's business at the end of the day. They have to put butts in seats, and they got to have a price point it may not be moderate. It might be a little bit higher. Because they really don't care, man. They're going to force you to buy. If you want to see it and it's pay-per-view, they're going to put the price point out there. You either deal with it. 75, they say Deontay Helenius did $75K, something like that. And that price point was in the $70 range for Robert Helenius. Come on, man. That's $75K. Man, y'all been dropping fire. Salute chat, man. They've been dropping some freaking fire, some educational points, man, some gems. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? This is a good chat, man. I'm about to go back through and do some time codes on this shit, man. Real talk. Mr. Gumbo, aka Hot Grease on deck. Mall back injury. Man down, Mell fake broken hand. Man down, Spence get hit by a 14-year-old fake ankle injury. Man down, 3 men down. For real, the pullout boys. They all down, man. At one point or another, they all down. They just can't get up to get in the ring, man. They all down, bro. What is this about? They all down. All in 2022. These dudes pull out. The pullout boys. Viva la pullout boys right there. Excuse me. My back, my hand, my leg. You think somebody that can enforce more rules? They can, but you have to understand they communicate with each other, T. These sanctioned bodies do communicate with one another. They do. Like, it's no one sanctioned body that's just jumping out in the lead and just doing what the hell they want to do. They communicate with one another, especially when it comes to fighters unifying and shit like that. Man, of course, it's a encompassing communication, man, a group communication. This is business. All these parties have to talk. It just so happened business is playing out for this Crawford Spence fight. and people act like they don't want to understand it. They just don't want to understand, man. They'll tell you and they'll sit up here and debate how boxing is a business. But yet when business is right there in their face, and it's a type of business that not really benefiting where they're trying to go with this particular scenario with Crawford and Spence. Now they say, okay, I see the play, but I'm going to blame it all on Crawford. We're not trying to hear that. I'm not doing a link today, my brother. I really got some stuff I still got to take care of. Cause I've been on here for 2 hours. You got to understand, you know what I'm saying? I just had to jump on and, rock out with the supporters, for live. But, hey, people, I appreciate y'all for pulling up. I got to go. I got to bounce, man. You know what I'm saying? I'll be back on here tomorrow. Salute to everyone that pulled up in the chat as always. Hit the like button for those of you that support the channel as always. And, you choose to donate, feel free to do it. It's welcome. I thank you. Until next time, man, turn up, tune in to World Combat Sports, man. I'm out.